Then, the silence was broken by an ominous, soft explosion. Everyone knew what the sound meant. They jumped upward as the snow dissolved in front of them, and then they were slowly swept down the mountain. They powerlessly rode the wave of snow that seemed almost peaceful at first instead of dangerous, but then they slipped underneath the top layer and the snow covered them completely. Instinctively, they swam their arms around, trying to free themselves until they felt the snow start to slow down. Then it began to tighten around them further and further until they wondered if they were going to be crushed. Then everything stopped. Some of the men were able to stand up right away and look around to survey the area. 4 of them seemed to be grouped close by. There was another group of porters about 150 feet away, but there were still too many missing. They could have been suffocating somewhere under the snow. In reality, the individuals who were further behind on the route had traveled faster and farther. They ran to where the porters were standing and realized that right behind them there was a sheer cliff about 50 feet or 15 meters high. Everyone who wasn't with them had been swept over the edge. The remaining men found a route down the cliff to hopefully find anyone alive down below. What they found, though, was that at the bottom of the cliff, there was also a crevasse. Many of the others had fallen in and then were buried by the snow that fell on top of them. They desperately dug away the snow and climbed down into the icy crack, but in the end, only a few men were found alive. Some of them had been crushed by the weight of the snow, some had died in the fall, and others had simply gone too long without oxygen. A total of 7 porters would eventually pass away as a result of the avalanche. And without anyone explicitly saying it, everyone knew that this was the official end of the 1922 Mount Everest expedition. At Camp 3, a cairn was built to honor the men who died, and it was decided that their bodies would be left on the mountain where they had died